for the serious gamer.
Hey guys, Neely here, and I have a Battlefield Bad Company Rush gameplay video on the map Valparaiso. I'm on the attacking side, and this is going to be a long video, but for you Battlefield Bad Company 2 fans, you'll probably love this. I hope. As you can see by this video, I'm doing a little experimentation per se, and basically what I'm bringing to you guys is an uninterrupted gameplay where I basically only took a minute out, and the only minute of gameplay that I took out was myself basically sending a message to my squad mate in game. So I took that out for you guys. I know you didn't want to see that. But other than that, there's really no transitions. I'm not cutting anything out. This is the full gameplay, and some of you are going to love this, some of you are going to hate it, some of you are probably going to want to punch me in the face, but that's fine, you know. Again, I thought this was a good way to show you full gameplay. And I have a lot to talk about Battlefield anyway, so it's great to do a tie-in with myself and talk about what's going on with Battlefield with myself, and to talk tips and tactics. I haven't covered Battlefield Bad Company 2 yet, and I figured this was a good way to sort of, well, you know, catch up. So again, love it or hate it. If you're willing to stay on for the full 25 minutes, thanks. You know, that's what I could say. I have a lot to talk about, and I expect you guys to possibly tune me out here and there because the gameplay does get interesting, so know that I am going to recap a lot here, so if you guys are miss out on some stuff, I'll, you know, going to say things a couple times so you guys can remember certain things. But this gameplay was kind of odd in the fact that my squad mate and myself, I don't know if it was a glitch or what it was, but we couldn't talk to each other the whole game. I don't know what the hell was going on, and call it lag or whatnot. I basically went into my settings and was trying to change some things around, and we never could talk to each other for the full game, which was odd because it's never happened to us before. Maybe it's happened to a couple of you before, but who knows. But anyways, this is again, rush gameplay on Valparaiso, and you're seeing me going down the right side here. I'm using the XM8 prototype with the rail sights, magnum ammo, lightweight, and vehicle elect. It's the perk that gives you basically the motion sensor on a tank or whatever vehicle in, so it basically shows the coordination of, or the coordinates of where enemies are. But sort of changing up here. Again, this is older gameplay for myself, but when I use the M8 or when I use any type of gun, I typically like to go with the 4x scope. And although with the M8, I find myself being pretty accurate with the rail sights, so I'm not afraid to use the rail sights and not go 4x scope. That way I can go lightweight in case I need to escape from, you know, situations where I'm getting shot up or in a bad situation. I can, you know, truck on out of there, you know, like a Baywatch scene, slowing down, bump, 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 you know, moving, and getting out of, you know, a hectic area. So that's why I like lightweight as well. But for the most part, got the 4x scope. It really helps me with my accuracy. And of course I use magnum ammo all the time because it gives you a better range for your bullets, and it kills people faster, so that's nice. And I like the vehicle elect as well, again because it's sort of like a motion sensor and it shows enemies in your given perimeter. But you're not going to really see any tank footage here, any car footage here. But I just wanted to get that out of the way so you guys know sort of how my setup is. And I like to change it up gun-wise. I'm not too set on one gun in Battlefield. I do like the M8 a lot, and I'm going to go over firing tactics for it and sort of how I like to shoot in this game. And I'll talk about, you know, how DICE makes their games and a little bit of DICE's background and even my own background about this game. But again, you're kind of seeing me sort of test out the waters here, looking around, not necessarily rushing full-on out balls of the wall, but you know, taking my time and spotting out all the enemies I can to help my teammates and yada yada yada. You know, all you Battlefield Bad Company 2 guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So again, sort of buying my time, and you'll see here I'm going to go down the left-hand side, and one of the more important things that I want to talk about in this video is what I like to call holding a perimeter. And it's very key in rush because you have your teammates, you know, on your team that are all about, oh, I gotta get on the plant right away. Oh, you know, I gotta get on there. But guys, I'm not like that. Like I've told you in my past videos, like Modern Warfare 2 and Mag, I'm a situational player, and that means, you know, visualizing what's in front of me, talking to my teammates, and figuring out the best option for what's going on in front of me. If I want to rush, stay back, you name it. And so right here, this gets me to my point, and what I call perimeter defense, and this correlates with Battlefield Bad Company 2, and especially rush mode. You can see here we planted on, what is this, A, B, I don't know, I can't see because my video is rendering, but anyways, we're on B right here, and basically taking cover, and right here somehow this guy gets behind us. Good thing I looked behind us, but you know, what I like to call perimeter style play is looking at what's in front of you, and you're going to see the defensive team coming at us here in waves. You're going to see this constantly, and when you sort of engulf the planning area, it makes it easy for your team. Excuse me, there. It makes it easy for your team and for yourself to stop the defensive team from, you know, defusing the plant or defusing the bomb. So it's key to sort of hold, I don't want to say a ring, but you know, an imaginary ring, if you could call it, around the planted area, so you can take care of the defensive team. And again, it's sort of like a perimeter style, and if you want to call it camping, fine, go ahead, I don't really care, but it's a defensive style that, you know, allows your team to get rid of what's coming in front of them, especially in planning areas where it gets hectic. And Battlefield Bad Company 2 is a game that, it's not a run-and-gun game like Modern Warfare 2 or MAG, where you just hold on the trigger and cross your fingers that you're going to get them. You know, it's Battlefield Bad Company 2 is a game that requires you to aim down the sights, you know, stand still, and, you know, fire at your target. And you'll see me here when I use the M8 shoot in a bursting pattern. And yes, this is me firing at my normal rate. I'm not using a modded controller, blah, 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 if you want to accuse me of it, whatever. But I do have a fast trigger finger in this game, and I do burst fire, and I burst fire with most weapons. There are a couple weapons that, you know, have different firing styles, but that's what I like about Bad Company 2, and then each gun has its own characteristics. But especially with the M8, I like to use what's sort of called a double tap method, I guess you could call it, where kind of tapping the R1, you know, button on the PS3 controller, where it's, you know, it gives you for more accurate shots, and believe it or not, most of those shots are going to hit. So when I tap the M8, I tap at a very fast rate, and like right there, sort of tapping it. And there'll be other times where yes, I do hold down the trigger, but that's for short range stuff, or firing from the hip and stuff like that. But especially from a far range with Bad Company 2, you need to burst the gun. You can't hold it down. It's just not going to happen. You can't, you know, hold an M60 down, you know, hold it down. You can't hold an M8 down either. So it's key to, you know, burst your fire in certain situations with the M8. And again, situational gameplay. I know I'm beating this in the head to you guys, but know that if you're a situational player, you're a better player, you know. And right here, again, holding a perimeter down. You know, right here it's unfortunate. I don't know what to look at. You know, A's planted, B's planted. I'm like, I don't know what to look at. What do I look at? But I picked A here, and you know, I'm helping my team out. I take cover here. Again, watching what's in front of me, spotting as I go, making sure they do not defuse the charge. Again, it's a perimeter style play on the charge area that allows your team to benefit from, you know, keeping the charge on the charging area and, you know, not getting killed. And I had something I was going to say here. Let me think. I just lost it. Again, this is what I want to say. When people go around the planning area, know that it gets hectic as hell. I mean, people are rushing left, right, bullets are flying, grenades are going, rockets are flying, you name it. You know, I'm running over there. I'm going nuts. I'm like, I don't want to die, but you know, you get up in there, and the best thing to do, again, when you get into these planning situations and rush, and when you're holding out an area, take it easy, have some patience, slow the game down for yourself, be situationally aware, and more importantly, spot the enemies that are around, and you know, make it easier for your teammates so they can plant and move on. Of course, it's not as easy as this sounds, but again, when you get into these planning situations to plant the satchels and the charges, know that again, a perimeter style helps you out in slowing the game down and helping your teammates out. So know that. And I also want you guys to pay attention to where I'm sort of rushing on these maps, or, well, not rushing, but, you know, taking it easy. You guys will see that I rarely ever run. And this just doesn't go for Battlefield Bad Company 2. This also goes for every shooter that I play. I am not a runner. I'm not a sprinter. I find that when I run, I die a lot. So again, I'm patient, I'm moving down, I'm using cover, using the bushes here and this giant ass rock that's in front of me, and I'm moving along. And right here, yes, I run, but I'm trying to get to cover, so that's an immediate problem. So you need to solve that with an immediate answer, so that's to run to cover. But anyways, right here you'll see, especially with rush, it is important to A, know where to rush, B, know when to rush, and C, tactically rush. And knowing when to rush is a defensive team camping. Well, if they are, which is most likely the case, you need to utilize cover and patience to get from point A to point B. Guys, listen, you are not going to get from one area to the next unless the other team has, severe sleep apnea and they all pass out on you or something. It's not going to happen, guys. With Battlefield Bad Company 2, even though the game mode is called Rush, it doesn't mean you necessarily always have to rush. It's a misconception, okay? You need to rush up with your team, you need to talk as a team, and you need to utilize the cover around you because, guys, I've played Rush enough. I know that these defensive teams are going to camp on you. It's, bottom line. Although there are some teams that will come right at you, but for the most part, the defensive team is going to play defensive. So, especially when you're rushing around, you need to be thorough and you need to be smart. And so that leads me to my point that when I am moving to point A to point B and trying to plant the satchel charge, you'll see me utilizing cover and also take note of some of the areas that I'm successful with rushing, because it is some important areas on the map where you can get away with, advancing, because you need to advance in rush mode, so know that. So what I wanted to get into now is I'm already 11 minutes into this video, and I'm surprised I made it this far, but right there you saw my squad member die. I want to talk about, squad tips and tactics, and like I said at the beginning of this video, it was kind of odd. Me and my squad mate had a weird glitch where we couldn't talk to one another. It was really, really odd. I can't really explain it. But it's key, guys. It is so key to have a mic in this game and to be communicating fully. And I'm sure most of you play with 3 to 4 players in a squad, but myself and my buddy, we usually like to play in a private squad, and we probably should have set the squad to open invites or random, allowing random people to come in, but we chose to play just together, basically, just the two of us, and I realized that was gay and I shouldn't have sang that, but oh well. So again, it is important when you are working with a squad to be open with your communication, talking about where enemies are, and it's also important to spot out enemies for your squad and for your teammates alone, guys. I swear to God, I never take my thumb off the select button in this game, which is, the button to spot out enemies. And, if I could glue my finger down to that button, I would, but know that I am constantly spotting, and that helps with your squad mates as well. But what I want to say is the fact that you need to change some combinations up wise. If you're rolling with 4 people in a squad, especially in rush mode, you're probably going to need a medic and you're probably going to need an engineer because, well, as you all know, an engineer takes out tanks and heavy armored vehicles and stuff like that. And then you're going to need a medic for, say there's 2 of you that are running assault or running up the plant, the medic can come in with health for you guys, so that helps out. So know that if you're playing with, 3 or 4 people in a squad, I think it's important to have different combinations of, specialty types: recon, medic, engineer, assault. I mean, if you want to run 2 assault guys and 1 medic and 1 engineer, hey, whatever, you can do that, but I don't recommend that you go over 2 assault players, in your squad. I don't recommend it. You can do what you want, but I'm just saying that a good mix, especially in rush mode, really goes a long way with your team being successful, because for a fact you're going to get snipers that camp in bushes and don't leave them all day, so that's what the rocket launcher's for, to rocket snipe them. I kid, but if you want to do that, go ahead. And for a fact you're going to get other people that camp behind walls, and you're going to need a guy that's assault is good with assault weapons to take them out and to also spot them out, so you're not only so your squad can move up, but so your whole team can move up. And then, of course, you need your recon guy to also spot and, snipe people from afar. So, again, I think it's important to go with a mix of combinations when it comes to squad play. And, again, communication is always key. I can't stress that enough. And I don't want to go too much detail into that. I could probably write a novel about that, but I got a couple other things I want to talk about here. And right here, I'm using the trees and I'm using the mountainsides here to my advantage. And I'm well aware of the map here. I know that, you know, people like to camp on this hillside that I'm shooting at, and that's also a place for, or it's also one of my favorite places to, you know, shoot people at, because, well, you get to see the whole map basically from up there. But again, when I'm rushing here, guys, again, I'm buying my time, and I'm not necessarily rushing all over the place like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm realizing where the enemy is and moving up accordingly with my team. And I can't stress enough how key it is for you and your teammates to move up at the same pace. If you got a bunch of guys, you know, going up simultaneously, or, you know, going up 1v1 and stuff like that, you're going to fail. It's just not going to happen. Because, again, for the most part, a defensive team, it's going to stay back and camp in the bushes, or you name it, they're going to do it. So, it's important to really be spotting out your enemies. Did I say that enough, guys? Spot your enemies. Can't say it enough. So right here, I guess I get pissed. I get a personal vendetta with these guys on the hill, because, number one, they're taking my favorite spot, and number two, they were shooting me, and I get pissed at them. So it's unfortunate here I didn't have the alternate fire on my vehicle, on my UAV, and just shooting the main rocket at him here. And again, it takes a while to replenish the rocket, or the laser as it's called, and they shoot me down here fast. But you're gonna see me basically go back up there and try to get some more revenge, and you know, get them back. And this last planning area, of course, is obviously, oh, I'm sorry, no, this isn't the last planning area, this is the third to last, but this is a lot of fun here, and it's not as hard as it looks to get up through here, really. If you're just smart about it and use cover wisely, you'll get up here with really no problems at all. And I get up to this hill, and I'm pretty pissed that they're not there, because I wanted to knife some people. And I guess I could talk about the knife a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the knife in any shooter. I don't have very many knife kills in this game. I probably only have 60 or 70. That's pretty lame, I know, but it's just the way I've always been. You know, I'm a shoot first guy, and my natural reactions is to go to the, you know, to the shoot button and to shoot away. And, you know, unless I'm, you know, absolutely got a guy from behind, I'm not going to knife him. So I wasn't really looking for any knife kills there. I was just trying to get some revenge on those guys any way I could. And again, you see me being thorough here, guys. I'm spotting out these guys over here to the left. And I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to take our chopper. It's pretty obvious. And I think I just walked right by a guy. But oh well. So I go up here. And I'm definitely keeping an eye on it. I definitely know they're going to try to steal our chopper. And I run into this guy over here in the bushes on the left. And I know I get shot here. And I'm trying to look around. And I'm shooting. And I'm shooting. And I'm shooting. No hit marker. So I say, screw it. Throw a grenade. And I can sort of get lucky here with the grenade kill. Then as soon as I turn around, wouldn't you know, they frickin' get our chopper and they're off with it. And I'm pissed because I spot it and I shoot it, and God knows, you know, I'm not gonna shoot it down with the M8. But I guess I was so pissed that I'm like, what the hell, you know? And this is the type of stuff that kind of pisses me off. If your team's not meticulous enough, if they don't really search out an area, especially when you're advancing on past, you know, a planning area, teams are going to steal your stuff. So you need to be meticulous, you need to be thorough. And again, like I said, even though the game mode is called Rush, it doesn't mean, oh, you know, you need to rush, you need to rush. Move up as a team, take your time, use cover well, and you'll win the game, I promise. And there's a kicker to this video, and I'll get to that at the end, but sort of right here what happens is this is another good place to go up on here on Valparaiso on the right hand side. I don't really like to go to the middle and the left on this map. It's too easy to get picked off. This whole last planning area in general is really easy to get picked off on, but I feel that if you come down this mountainside, it's a little easier to, you know, not get killed very fast. But sort of right here, I'm, you know, allowing my teammates to go in front of me and get killed first because I'm a jerk, you know. So I kind of watch my squad mate here getting shot at and moving around, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, he can die and I'll move on. But I know that's not being much of a team player, but, you know, sometimes you need to do fun stuff like that. But anyways, again, just kind of moving up here and trying to avoid getting shot and stuff like that. And as I look at the clock here, we're 20 minutes in, and I'm surprised I made it this far in all reality. I know I just said that at the 11-minute mark, but again, I'm really surprised that I made it this far. So I guess what I want to wrap up talking about is I'm sure some of you are probably wondering, well, why haven't I done Battlefield Bad Company 2 in the past? And, you know, are my tips and tactics credible? What I will tell you is that I have over 8,000 kills online in this game. And granted, that's not a lot. That's still a good bit. I've played over, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 days wise in this, you know, online multiplayer, and I've played it all. I've played a lot, and my KD's pretty good and whatnot. So know that when I do talk Bad Company 2 tips and tactics, that for the most part, you guys should listen up. And it doesn't mean you need to take my tips and tactics to heart, but I think it's good for you guys to listen to what I have to say, and give me a thumbs up if you like my opinions and my tips and tactics, or if something is working out for you. There's no shame in continuing to do what you're doing. Just because I'm babbling tips and tactics doesn't mean you necessarily need them. Some of you want to see the gameplay and could care less about what I have to talk about, but that's fine. I realize that. So again, like I said, to establish my credibility, know that I do have a good bit of kills on this game. My KD is good, and I play with a lot of good players, but who cares? That's beside the point. What I wanted to say is, you guys are probably wondering why I haven't covered Battlefield Bad Company 2 yet here on Next Gen Tactics, and that's because, well, I got into MAG pretty heavily this summer, and I honestly played Bad Company 2 for 3 or 4 months straight. It was my go-to game. Wasn't playing anything else. Completely dropped Modern Warfare 2. There was a time when I absolutely hated Modern Warfare 2, and this is what I went to in the meantime, and I spewed out things like, oh, Modern Warfare 2 is the worst game ever, it's crap, it's broken, blah, blah, blah. And yes, there are some things in that game that's broken, but Battlefield eased my pain, I guess is what you could say, when I wanted to get away from that game, and this is a great tactical shooter, you can't miss out. And so, when I started my YouTube channel, this was the main game that I was covering video footage-wise, and again, I kind of just got away from that because I was doing a lot of MAG and whatnot, but just to let you guys know, I have over 10 Battlefield Bad Company 2 videos, so if you guys want to check that out, head over to my YouTube channel. But that's sort of why I didn't cover Battlefield Bad Company 2 yet here on Next Gen Tactics, is simply because, I wasn't playing it there for a while, and I was not into it as much as because I was kind of pissed at DICE because they were changing a lot of the weapons around. I thought a little too obsessively, and it sort of ruined it for me. But sometimes, you just need a break from a game, so know that. And I think this 25-minute video makes up for all the Battlefield Bad Company 2 that I haven't covered. At least I think so, because this is a long-ass video. But yeah, that's about it. And as you can see, I was using the UAV here to try to take down the chopper again. Something stupid that I was trying to do, and it would never work. But whatever. And again, when you're in this UAV, it's also key to be spotting obsessively, so when your team's rushing up, they know where enemies are. Again, my finger is basically not leaving the select button here at all. I'm kind of like pressing it, not rapidly. I'm not like breaking my controller, I swear I'm not, but I'm pressing it, as soon as something pops out to me that it's an enemy or whatnot, or where an enemy would be. And look at all these guys rushing up in there. It gets crazy. I only get like 1 or 2 of them here. I was kind of pissed about that, but the UAV is great for support and great for pointing at people, and it's good for dying fast, like it did right there. And I switched it up here to the AK-47U with the 4 times, and it looks absolutely asinine with the 4 times on, I know, but I don't really care. So, it's unfortunate here. I know I gave you guys this long video, and I talked ticks and tactics. Yeah, sure. I talked tips and tactics a lot here about rush mode, and call me a hypocrite, but we did not win this game. I don't think it's a waste of a video at all, because again, it was a lot to talk about. It was good footage, and again, I had a lot to talk about. So even though we did lose, know that even though you do have solid tips and tactics, they are not always gonna work out. Even though you have a way of playing Battlefield really, really well, it doesn't mean you're always going to win. And for this game, this was the case. We did not win. As you can kind of see here, myself and my squad mate sort of fizzled out. We couldn't really push it up anymore. They did a pretty damn good job of pushing us back and keeping us from finally finishing them off. And again, like I said, it was really unfortunate that we didn't get the win here, but not everything works. But again, I recommend that you guys try to, try to do some of my tips and tactics. And if you need anything repeated, you can, ask some questions in the comment section. I can hopefully get back to your replies. And if you guys want to see more Battlefield Bad Company 2, you can put that down there as well. Or if you thought this video was a waste, you can put that down there as well. You get my drift here, but obviously I'm not going to like that, because this is a long video and it's been a lot of hard work and effort on this, so know that. But again, yeah, this video is coming to an end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. For all you Bad Company 2 buffs, You guys probably loved this. Maybe some of you hated it, but we run up with the tank here at the end. It doesn't go too well. It's kind of mayhem. It's a catastrophe. And that's it. We lose. Boo. You know, what can you do here? Final score is going to be 40-12 for all you guys. Again, if you're interested in more Bad Company 2, I'm going to post some Onslaught footage here on Next Gen Tactics. I got some good footage in terms of that. If you guys want to see more Battlefield Bad Company 2, you can always go over to my channel, subscribe over there, and check out my 10+ Battlefield Bad Company 2 videos. That's going to take care of it now. I'll see you guys later. Take care. That's it.